it's going to be a problem for you. They're going to withdraw the application. And I'll tell you this, that's part of your immigration history, right? Okay. All right. Now, let's take a look at where your visa will not be issued. Yeah? Your visa will not be issued where, and we may have to do this fiancé visa in two parts. Your marriage is not legal. You are married to somebody else and you're looking for a fiancé you never divorced. And you went ahead and you're looking to bring in someone, right? Not gonna work, right? Now, where it is that you are inadmissible, you may have a criminal record, you may need a waiver. For if you were in the United States before and you've engaged in marriage fraud, you're not gonna get that visa, right? The criminal history of the petitioner is so important, yeah? And wow, time, we have 9 more minutes left. So I may have to do this as a 2-part, and we may have to continue next week, but I'll see what I can get done, right? All right. So hold on one second. All right. Criminal history. I don't know. This is where I encourage anyone to keep left of the law, right? You'd be surprised how easy it is to get involved with law enforcement. People are having a lot of landlord and tenant issues with your tenants. Sometimes your tenants are such that they're dangerous. Yeah. And being that dangerous of a person, they make false reports against you. All right. Don't set up yourself. When you start your eviction proceedings, stay very far away from your tenants. I find a lot of your tenants are dangerous and they're looking to set you up, especially if you are residing in the same premises with them. It does not make sense. Yeah. I don't know. There are specified offenses such as kidnapping. I don't think you should be involved with anyone who they and their partner, you have a kidnapping situation. I need you all to start, back in the island, somebody knows something, somebody knows that person. So you're able to do a check. This is a very big place, right? And people come from different states. They're coming from different countries. This is a melting pot. And as such, there are certain things that will really and truly get you into problems. You need to research whoever it is that you are seeing. You can run simple checks through the Department of Corrections, Google their name, listen to when they talk, because I find a lot of people, you do not listen to other people that you are dating. You don't listen. Don't just fly over certain things. Yeah. And I think with anyone, there should be a dating process. It's called a get to know you process, so you can get to decide whether or not this is the person you want to move forward with. You can't just pick up any and everybody, especially in this place, because sometimes you are your brother's keeper. And as your spouse or even your partner, they're doing certain things, you're gonna get liable for it. And it doesn't make sense. You're riding in a car, your partner have an illegal gun, now you're both being charged with gun possession. Simple things like this. Be very careful, and be very careful whose cars you are going into, right? So no, it is you have a weapons charge. And especially when you don't have papers, I don't think you should be jumping in any and everybody's car or going into every and everybody's house. I'll tell you what happened to my client. She got the visa first time coming, and she went by a house in California. And when she went to the house, she realized, blow, she's in a trap house. And one day she got up, and when she got up, something said to her, hold on. Someone texted, and I'm trying to figure this out. Good morning. What hit you are, oh, is this supposed to be what if you are married and the petitioner died whilst doing the filing? So if you came on a fiance visa, then you can still proceed, yeah, for the green card. You don't even need to file the surviving spouse petition. You just go straight to your green card. Or if you didn't come on a fiance visa and you came regular visa or whatever was your lawful means of entry, you can file that surviving spouse application, but it must be done within 2 years of death. Back in the day, before 2009, you had to show you're also married for 2 years. And it was ridiculous that immigration had wanted this because you have no control over life. And when you die, there is nothing stamped on the bottom. I mean, this Guyanese woman said to me once, Anthony, I'm talking to these people and they're like, they have their date of death. And she used to say to them, can you just take off your shoes? Should I take off your socks? Can I see your feet? Wow, I don't see any expiration stamp. There is no date stamped on your feet that says when you're going to die. We know the day, time, or hour when we're going to leave this earth. Yeah? So they changed the rules, and it was you could even be married for a day. And I was so upset because I had this client from Israel and he wanted to go home so badly. And I said, just hang on, because I knew they were trying to change the rules. Because he was only married for, I think, 2 weeks and his wife died. You ever see this big, extravagant wedding that they had? No, sir. I'm like, money. Anyway, he couldn't wait, he's tired and frustrated. And he went home, back to Israel. And I think a month after he left, they passed it, that it doesn't matter how long you're married. And I was so upset. And I said, he called me from Israel, and I was like, I just asked you to hang on. Why couldn't you have just hung on? I married for 10 years. That makes sense? It is what it is. But coming to that time, all right. There are certain crimes that are going to prevent you. Kidnapping, false imprisonment, soliciting sex from a minor, sexual performance with a minor, soliciting a minor for prostitution. Yeah, these are the Adam Walsh bars that I had told you about earlier. And there are other bars. Just when it comes to kids and people violating kids, it's such a turn off for me, you know? And what gets me angry is for children who have been violated and they go and they tell the parents, and the parents don't believe them. And you have some people who they put their partners over their children. And I'll never forget when I was in college in Barbados, and one of my roommates, she said her mother told her, my people are from country, then I tell you this. What am I Kingstonian? She said her mother told her, daddy, uncle, whoever nobody is supposed to touch your hair, and she point. And she don't send a word and the pit didn't understand. She point and show her, right there, son, nobody not supposed to touch your hair, right? Nobody's supposed to, them days you're a better turn both front and back way. Yeah. Tell you some sick people out there. Yeah, they're sick. She said, nobody is supposed to tell you anything and say that, or touch you and say, if you tell your parents, we're going to kill your parents. Them not kill we. These are conversations you need to have with your children from the get-go. And we don't like to speak about these things because it makes us uncomfortable. There is no set level of comfort when you're dealing with violation of a child. You have to protect your children. You have a legal obligation, not just moral. You have a legal obligation to protect your kids. And I find you don't have these conversations with them. You must do so. And I tell you all the time, the home is the first institution of learning for your child. Don't place this burden on the government. Don't place it on the school system. Your teachers are not that child's parent. It's your job. And you'd be surprised what's going on with the daycare because these kids don't know that they're being violated. It's nonsense. All right, so we're going to continue. Oh, they say, oh, I never finished with the trap house story. All right, I'm going to end with the trap house story. So some said to my client this morning, say, when you're going on the road, walk with your passport. And she said, anyway. So she go on the road, she got enjoy her day and thing. When she come home, a peer police surround the house. So she said she see some people cross the street from the house because she not gonna stand up near the house. Just in case somebody want idea. She said she stand up and she see some people across the house. And she said, what going on over there? Well, I said she don't live there. What going on over there? So